Jai Shri Radhe Krishna. Listening to these words can lead you to a successful life. Devotion to Shri Krishna is rare and invaluable. He has bestowed upon us love, happiness, righteousness, salvation, devotion, yoga, meditation, and truth. One who serves Krishna with true devotion conquers the world. By adopting the precious words spoken by Shri Krishna, you can transform your life. Let us reflect on the wisdom imparted by Shri Krishna. Do whatever you choose, but not out of greed, ego, lust, or jealousy. Rather, act with love, compassion, humility, and devotion. The intention behind an action matters. If greed, dishonesty, or jealousy taint it, neither the action nor its results will be fruitful. However, any work done with sincerity and love benefits not only the individual, but also society. Shri Krishna warns of 3 gateways to destruction: lust, anger, and greed. A person consumed by these vices is destined for ruin. He declares, "I am the beginning, the middle, and the end of the universe." As the sustainer of existence, Krishna is the eternal force behind creation. If you do not fight for what you desire, you have no right to lament what is lost. People seek everything, yet their own inaction holds them back. Do not despair over losses. Instead, accept life's flow with resilience. Shri Krishna resides in the hearts of all beings, connecting us to Him and to each other. Experiences of heat, cold, pleasure, and pain are temporary. One must endure them patiently. Injustice should always be resisted, and effort should be prioritized over avoidance. Only humans have the privilege of action, and through determination, they can leave an indelible mark on history. Hard work is essential, and while advice and guidance are valuable, decisions must ultimately be made with one's own wisdom. When Shri Krishna imparted wisdom to Arjuna, he gave him the freedom to act as he deemed fit. He emphasized the importance of using the body, speech, and mind for the welfare of others. Speech, in particular, is a powerful tool. It can forge friendships or create enemies. Therefore, one must control their words, avoiding hypocrisy, pride, harshness, and ignorance. By embracing virtues, one attains the ultimate goal of life: inner peace. True knowledge is not gained merely by collecting information. To attain wisdom, one must seek the guidance of enlightened individuals with humility and reverence. Knowledge is sacred, but it is acquired only by those who genuinely yearn for it. More than knowledge, it is the right company that brings true peace. One must be mindful of their actions, for what we give is what we receive. Even success, if not earned righteously, lacks true honor. An ideal person remains unshaken in adversity. When attachment, fear, and anger are overcome, one attains a stable mind, maintaining balance through life's ups and downs. Each individual is responsible for their own fate. Without harming others, one should uplift oneself through diligence and intellect, as one's greatest friend, or worst enemy, is oneself. A person who serves their master with sincerity and devotion receives full protection and care in return. To achieve any goal, the mind must be steady and unwavering. Constant focus on one's objective leads to miraculous results, as concentration fuels success. Thus, one should remain undistracted by past worries and stay committed to the path of action. Nature follows its own course, and events unfold with time. Worrying unnecessarily wastes life's precious moments. Instead, one must be stress-free and dedicated to their work. The elements, earth, water, sky, fire, and vegetation are the pillars of life, and our culture reveres them as divine. To maintain harmony in the universe, balance between nature and life is essential. Therefore, we must respect nature and strive to keep the environment free from pollution. Even if someone else's work appears superior, one should remain committed to their own duty. Mastery in one's own field is the true path to success. Every individual should also take a pledge to contribute to social welfare, as society has a rightful share in whatever we achieve. Philanthropy, service, and compassion are the guiding principles that lead to a peaceful and harmonious world. There are two kinds of people, the virtuous and the wicked. As long as the virtuous remain vigilant and active, the wicked cannot harm society. However, if the good become indifferent, evil gains strength. Instead of retreating in despair, the righteous must adopt firm and effective policies to protect society and ensure its well-being. To progress in life, both mental and physical health are crucial. The body is the vehicle of action. Without health, no great work can be accomplished. A balance between personal success and social responsibility is essential for holistic development. Economic, scientific, and technological advancement alone cannot make a nation strong. It must also be rooted in morality and spirituality. Today, India has everything, yet there is an increasing decline in moral strength. To lead by example, we must cultivate strong character, as people follow those who uphold values through their actions. Time is ever-changing. Sadness may prevail today, but joy will follow tomorrow. Life must be lived with patience and unwavering faith in Shri Krishna. Truth can never be destroyed. One must never fear righteousness. Though people may hesitate or feel intimidated to speak the truth, it can never be erased. It will always prevail. The truth will always be revealed. Therefore, one should never fear speaking or believing in what is true. Do not become attached to the body. It is mere dust and will return to dust. The soul, however, is immortal and will merge with the divine. People spend their lives beautifying their bodies, but true beauty lies in the soul. The body is temporary, but the soul is eternal. Focus on the purity of the soul, which is found in devotion to Shri Krishna. Whatever has happened was for the best, and whatever is happening now is also for the best. Sometimes, adversity arises to improve our present circumstances. The mind is restless and difficult to control, but with practice, it can be tamed. The mind tends to wander and is the greatest enemy of concentration. However, if one learns to control it, the mind becomes the most faithful companion. Cultivating focus requires effort and discipline. Shri Krishna says, "I do not discriminate. No one is my favorite, nor is anyone poor or rich in my eyes. Only those who remember me with true devotion belong to me, and I belong to them." God does not seek wealth or status. He is only hungry for love and devotion. Whoever surrenders in true devotion is blessed in return. Shri Krishna assures, "I am always with you and around you, no matter what you are doing. Even when you think no one is watching, know that my eyes are always upon you. Therefore, do not feel alone. Shri Krishna is ever present." Everything happens for a reason, so remain positive and continue performing your duties. You are what you believe, and your success or failure depends on your self-belief. If a person moves forward with faith and determination, they can achieve anything. However, negative influences can lead one astray. Victory comes from mastering the mind, just as success is achieved through positive thinking, while negative thoughts bring failure. Our thoughts shape our reality, leading to either success or downfall. Perform your duties diligently, for action is always better than inaction. Among all living beings, only humans have the ability to work consciously, and thus, karma, action, is their responsibility. A true karmavir, warrior of action, keeps working tirelessly rather than remaining idle. Time never stops. It constantly moves forward. If today is difficult, tomorrow will be better. Work selflessly and trust that your efforts will bear fruit in due time. Time does not remain the same. Whether good or bad, it always changes. Ego is the root of illusion. The ignorant believe they are the doers of all things, yet everything in the universe is governed by nature. Due to ignorance, ego is born, leading to downfall. Shri Krishna teaches that destiny is not predetermined by God. Every individual creates their own destiny through their actions. As you sow, so shall you reap. If a student studies diligently, success is inevitable. Similarly, every person's fate changes based on their deeds. The universe consists of 8 fundamental elements: earth, water, fire, air, sky, mind, intelligence, and ego. The past is gone and will not return, and the future is yet to come. Do not dwell on worries. Welcome each moment with an open heart. When you love God without doubt or confusion, you begin to love all of creation. The mind acts as an enemy to those who cannot control it, but to those who master it, the mind becomes their best ally. Confusion leads to mental distress, and poor decisions result in downfall. The wise perceive action in inaction, and inaction in action. One is entitled only to their actions, not to the fruits of those actions. The soul is beyond destruction. No force can eliminate that which is infinite. Happiness is a state of mind that does not depend on external circumstances. Knowledge is superior to mechanical practice, but meditation is greater than knowledge. No one who performs good deeds will ever meet a bad end, whether in this life or the next. Those who are at peace with their mind and soul, free from desire and anger, experience divine tranquility. We perceive the world based on our inner state. Bad deeds do not need to be intentionally committed. They happen through negligence. Similarly, good deeds arise naturally from purity of heart. What have you truly lost? What did you bring into this world? What do you possess that was not once someone else's? Everything you call yours today belonged to another yesterday and will belong to someone else tomorrow. Then why grieve? Change is the eternal law of nature. Fools, blinded by ego, believe that they are the doers of all things. Sensory experiences, pleasure, pain, heat, and cold are fleeting. Accept them with patience and resilience. Perform your duties with dedication, but without attachment to the outcome. If you focus only on the result, you will not be able to devote yourself fully to the task at hand. Progress requires attention not only to actions, but also to conduct. No one incurs sin by performing their natural duty. Those who dismiss love as foolishness fail to understand its essence. Love is the foundation of existence. Reshape yourself with the power of your will and never allow yourself to be diminished. The wise integrate their consciousness and relinquish attachment to material gains. The ultimate purpose of karma is the realization of the soul. We are shaped by our thoughts. Our reality is a reflection of our inner world. Shri Krishna declares, "There was never a time when I did not exist, nor you, nor these kings, nor will there ever be a time when we cease to be." The ignorant believe that knowledge and action are separate, but the wise understand their unity. Just as the body transitions from childhood to youth to old age, so too does the soul transition at the time of death. The enlightened do not fear this truth. Neither the body belongs to you, nor are you the owner of it. The body is composed of the 5 elements, earth, water, fire, air, and sky, and will ultimately merge back into them. However, the soul remains constant and unchanging. The best refuge is to surrender to God. Those who understand this truth are free from fear, worry, and sorrow. Reducing desires is the key to happiness. What initially seems bitter like poison often turns out to be the sweetest nectar in the end. True happiness comes from inner peace and self-contentment. It is hope that makes one vulnerable in relationships, for expectations arise in the mind itself. Quiet humility, silent restraint, and inner purity are the true disciplines of the mind. It is not enough to control selfish desires. One must also overcome attachment and ego. Happiness is often the root of suffering because attachment to pleasure creates fear of loss. Therefore, one must cultivate detachment and find joy in devotion to the divine. Shri Krishna's wisdom teaches that the cycle of life and change is eternal. Embrace it with faith, and you will find peace in every moment. Karma does not bind me because I am unattached to its results. Those who understand and practice this principle live in true freedom, free from the qualities of human nature and fully immersed in divine wisdom. All their actions ultimately merge into God. Do not be disheartened. Time may be weak, but you are not. Weakness may be given by fate, but dignity is shaped by the human mind. In the end, all souls must merge into God. That is the ultimate goal of life. All living beings exist in me, and I exist in all living beings. Your actions shape your destiny. Attachment is the root cause of sorrow. What is yours today will belong to someone else tomorrow, so do not dwell in unnecessary regrets. Live in the present, for that is life itself. The soul is immortal. No weapon can cut it, no fire can burn it, no water can drown it, and no wind can wither it. It is better to live your own destiny imperfectly than to imitate another's life perfectly. You may escape the consequences of evil for a time, but they will eventually find you, just as a calf finds its mother among thousands of cows. I am the creator of all beings. How then can I find joy in the suffering of any living soul? A successful life is one dedicated to serving Krishna. Do not worry. Think. Pride is the downfall of man. Even as the Creator, I do not escape the laws of karma. The mind is like a white cloth. It takes the color of whatever it is dipped in. Surrender at the feet of Shri Krishna. Worship Him with devotion. Abandon shame and pride. Cleanse the mind of vices. Awaken your inner consciousness and dedicate yourself to the Lord's service. True happiness comes when we abandon expectations. Half of life's sorrows stem from misplaced hopes. It is better to be alone than to be with someone who does not respect you. Erase the distinctions of mine and yours, small and big. In truth, everything belongs to everyone, and you belong to all. Never consider yourself the sole cause of your actions' outcomes, and never turn away from your duty, even when it seems difficult. Speak the truth, but do not mask lies as truth. Love is an experience that never allows a person to be defeated. It is neither won nor lost by time, but exists beyond it. You are born for a purpose. Recognize it and fulfill your duty. Perfection is an illusion. No one is without flaws. Do not compare yourself to others. Instead, devote yourself fully to your work. Only the brave leave a lasting mark. Those who do nothing are soon forgotten. The fire of self-knowledge burns away the bonds of karma. Just as a blazing fire turns wood to ash, wisdom destroys the effects of past deeds. Do what you desire, but know that in the end, what happens is according to my will. If you align yourself with my will, then what you desire shall also come to pass. Lord Shri Krishna says, believe in yourself and keep performing your duties. Only one who is free from attachment can truly love others, for his love is pure and divine. The only path to me is through love. Sensory pleasures may seem sweet at first, but in the end, they turn bitter like poison. Life is neither in the past nor the future. It exists only in this moment. Trust in me and do not waver. I love those who do not chase after happiness, who do not flee from sorrow, who neither grieve nor crave, who do not neglect their duty due to attachment. Those who doubt receive joy in neither this world nor the next. Blessed is the human birth. Even the beings of heaven long for it. For only in this world can one attain true knowledge and divine love. No one in this world can trouble you more than your own thoughts. A karma yogi purifies his mind and intellect by working selflessly, without attachment to his body, mind, intelligence, or senses. Among birds, I am Garuda. Among demons, I am Prahlad. Arjuna, one who restrains his senses through the mind and performs karma yoga without attachment, is truly wise. The best devotee is the one who places unwavering trust in Krishna's flute and finds goodness even in adversity. A person should always stay away from evil, for those who commit wrongs will inevitably face the consequences. Shri Krishna, the Lord of the universe, resides in every particle. He dwells within every living being, and their suffering causes him pain. How then can you see your Lord happy while causing pain to his creatures? May we never reach a day when we become our own gurus, filled with arrogance. True success lies in humbly serving Krishna. Those who surrender to him do not seek recognition for themselves. They only wish to make their lives meaningful through devotion. Leave everything to me. Focus on your duty. Perform selfless actions. Krishna guides his devotees on the path of karma, urging them to work for the welfare of all. Do not worry about the outcomes. Surrender your actions to me, and through that surrender, you will attain me and become one with my love. If evil could be reformed through kindness alone, the Mahabharata would never have taken place. But the wicked only understand the language of firmness. Sometimes harshness is necessary to uphold righteousness. The mind is naturally restless, constantly leading a person astray. If someone who was once joyful and full of laughter becomes silent and sorrowful, understand that there is pain in their heart. That pain weakens them. A person who lacks contentment will never be satisfied, no matter how much they possess. Wealth, power, and fame mean nothing without inner peace. True satisfaction comes from within. It is not determined by external possessions. One should embrace life's opportunities without breaking anyone's trust. Trust is rare. It takes years to build but can be lost in an instant. It may depend on fate to acquire it, but once broken, it is nearly impossible to restore. There is no separation in love. Love is the highest form of yoga, the ultimate union. It is an eternal process. One who truly loves remains immersed in that love, both in this life and beyond. To attain love, one must embrace sacrifice, penance, and devotion. Do not be arrogant. Pride is like a heavy stone that sinks in the river and loses its existence. He who is burdened by ego meets the same fate. If God is making you wait longer, it is because He intends to bless you with more than what you asked for. If achieving your goals, happiness, or success is taking longer than expected, it is because He has something greater in store for you. Stay steadfast in your karma, and in time, you will receive what is meant for you. Have faith in God, who is testing your karma. Life is neither in the future nor in the past. It exists only in this moment. Shri Krishna cautions those who dwell in the past, reminding us that life is not about what has passed or what is yet to come. It is only about the present. Therefore, live in the moment, embrace selfless action, and accept that everything happens by the will of the Creator. Even God Himself does not alter the laws of karma. Just as Krishna loved Radha unconditionally and Meera considered Krishna her divine companion, the cosmic order dictated that Rukmini would be by his side, a destiny even the Creator could not change. The entire universe is both constant and ever-changing, and God resides in all things. It is His divine illusion that permeates existence. He is the sweet melody of the earth, the heat of fire, and the essence of every living being. The discipline that calms the mind of ascetics and immerses them in spiritual practice is also God's presence. Only those who perform their duties without attachment to the results attain true success. The one who focuses on work without concern for rewards leads a fulfilled life, while those who constantly worry about outcomes often struggle to find peace. In this material world, a wise person neither rejoices in happiness nor despairs in misfortune. The world is transient. Sorrow and joy are fleeting. A truly knowledgeable person remains stable, unaffected by either gain or loss. A person who consumes without contributing is no better than a thief. Life is based on karma. Only those who work hard to earn their share truly deserve it. It is better to be alone than to stay with those who do not respect you. Surrounding yourself with people who lack honor and sincerity only leads to harm. In life, excessive simplicity can be a disadvantage. Just as in the forest, the straightest trees are the first to be cut down. While honesty is virtuous, one must also be discerning. True divinity is not just about possessing power, but about uplifting others. A person who has attained divine wisdom remains powerful only when their strength benefits others. Life is a battlefield, and we must become both Krishna and Arjuna, our own guide and our own warrior. Every day presents a new Mahabharata, a struggle where we must take charge of our destiny. Those blessed with fortune often curse God over minor inconveniences, while those less fortunate express gratitude even for the smallest blessings. Death is as certain as birth. Therefore, do not grieve over the inevitable. The earth is transient. Everything is in motion. Just as happiness and sorrow come and go, so do births and rebirths. It is futile to be overly attached to either. Forgiveness too takes time. Superficial forgiveness is easy, but true forgiveness from the heart may take a lifetime. When you connect with God, your trials begin. Some see them as suffering, while others recognize them as divine grace. The Lord continuously tests His devotees, and while the common person sees hardships as misfortune, seekers and lovers of God understand them as His will. Krishna, the butter thief, the divine flutist, removes suffering, brings joy, and guides souls toward ultimate peace. The pleasures of the world are fleeting. What brings happiness today may not last forever. True and unbroken joy comes only from detachment and spiritual liberation. We are connected to souls who share bonds with us from past lives. Otherwise, in this vast world, who would recognize whom? The joys and sorrows we experience are the results of our past deeds. Radha and Krishna's love was not just a romance but a divine lesson, an incarnation of pure love to guide the world. Their union and separation were destined, meant to reveal the true essence of love to humanity. No one can truly grasp the depth of love and faith. Wherever the mind is engaged, God becomes visible. A person has complete control over their own faith and love. Where faith and love are established, there is Shri Krishna. If we have faith like Prahlad, hope like Bilani, devotion like Draupadi, and patience like Meera, then Krishna is bound to appear. Any devotee who calls upon Krishna with a true heart will always find him standing by their side. Let go of expectations and you will see that true happiness lies in contentment. Expectations lead a person down the path of sorrow. They are powerful. When fulfilled, they bring joy, but when unmet, they cause immense suffering. It is often said that bowing before your own people does no harm, but true loved ones will never let you bow in the first place. One must always be ready to protect oneself and one's rights. Never lose hope in life, because during weak moments, the people around you may influence your direction. If you are surrounded by negativity, it will inevitably pull you away from your true path. The key to a meaningful life is to lighten the burden of desires from your heart. Dedicate yourself to your work without attachment to its rewards or outcomes. If you perceive someone as small, it is either because you are looking at them from a distance or because you are battling your own ego. Success in life is achieved through three powerful weapons: righteousness, patience, and courage. Once, Goddess Parvati asked Lord Mahadev, "By what knowledge can all beings in the world be liberated? People call you Shiva and question your purity. Your body is smeared with ashes from the cremation ground. You wear a snake around your neck and a garland of skulls. Yet, you are still revered as the purest. By what knowledge is this so?" Mahadev replied, "Devi, listen carefully. I carry the knowledge of the Bhagavad Gita in my heart, and that alone makes me sacred. This knowledge shields me from external influences." Parvati then asked, "O Lord, if the Gita holds such profound wisdom, has anyone truly benefited from listening to it?" Mahadev answered, "Yes, Devi. Many beings have been blessed by the knowledge of the Gita, and many more will be in the future. Let me tell you an ancient story. Once in the underworld, Lord Narayan lay in bliss on the bed of Sheshnag, with his eyes closed as Goddess Lakshmi gently pressed his feet. Curious, she asked, "O Lord, sleep and laziness are characteristics of tamasic beings. You are Vasudeva, the Supreme Being. Why then do you close your eyes?" Lord Narayan smiled and replied, "O Lakshmi, I am neither asleep nor lazy. The Bhagavad Gita is not just a scripture, it is a divine incarnation in the form of words. Its knowledge is my very essence. The 5 main chapters are my head, 10 chapters are my arms, 16 chapters form my heart and intellect, the 17th chapter is my thighs, and the 18th chapter is my feet. Each shloka of the Gita is like my veins, and its letters embody my very being. When I contemplate its meaning, I experience great bliss." Lakshmi then asked, "O Lord, if the Gita holds such power, has any being attained liberation by listening to it?" Narayan answered, "Yes, many have been blessed. Let me tell you a story. There was once a man who worked as a Chandal, an outcast, and earned his livelihood by trading oil and salt. He also reared a goat. One day, while taking his goat to the forest to graze, he climbed a tree to pluck leaves. A venomous snake bit him and he died instantly. After death, he passed through many hells and was eventually reborn as a bull. A beggar captured this bull and used it for begging. Every day, he rode the bull from place to place, collecting alms. Whatever food he received, he shared with his family while the bull stood outside all night, neither eating nor drinking. Each morning, the beggar would beat the bull and take it out again to beg. As time passed, the bull became weak due to starvation, but still did not die. The townspeople tried offering it the merits of their pilgrimages and fasts, yet the bull's life remained. One day, a courtesan arrived and saw the commotion. When she inquired about it, the people explained, "Despite receiving the merits of many noble deeds, this bull is not passing away." The courtesan then said, "I offer this bull the fruits of my own deeds." As soon as she spoke these words, the bull attained liberation. That bull was then reborn into the house of a Brahmin and was named Sushma by his father. He was given proper education and over time became aware of his past life. One day he decided to find the courtesan who had freed him from the cycle of suffering. He approached her and said, "Do you recognize me?" The courtesan replied, "No, I do not know who you are." He then said, "I am the same bull whom you once freed by offering your virtues. I was reborn as a Brahmin because of your deed. Now tell me, what good deeds did you perform to accumulate such virtues?" The courtesan replied, "I have done no significant good deeds in my life, but I have a parrot who recites something every morning. I simply listen to his words. Perhaps that was the source of my virtue." Curious, the Brahmin then asked the parrot, "What do you recite every morning?" The parrot answered, "In my previous life, I was the son of a Brahmin. My guru used to teach me the first chapter of the Bhagavad Gita. One day I asked him what I had been learning and he cursed me, saying, 'You will be reborn as a parrot.' As fate would have it, I was later caught by a fowler and sold to a Brahmin who taught the same chapter of the Gita to his son. By hearing it repeatedly, I memorized it. One day, thieves broke into the Brahmin's house. They found no wealth, so they stole my cage instead. They later gifted me to their friend, this courtesan. Every morning I recite the first chapter of the Gita, which she listens to, though she does not understand its meaning. Yet merely hearing it gave her the merit that led to your liberation." Hearing this, the Brahmin blessed the parrot and said, "You were once a Vipra, Brahmin, and may you be well." Thus, even unknowingly listening to the knowledge of the Gita brings immense blessings. His father educated him, and he eventually remembered his past life. One day, he pondered upon the courtesan who had played a role in his rebirth and ultimately freed him from his previous existence as a bull. Determined, Vipra went to the courtesan's house and asked, "Do you recognize me?" The courtesan replied, "I do not know who you are." Vipra then said, "I was the same bull to whom you had given the virtues of your deeds, and through that merit, I was liberated from my existence as a bull. Now, I have been born into the house of a Vipra. Please tell me about the virtues you have accumulated." The courtesan replied, "I have not knowingly performed any virtuous deeds in this life. However, I have a parrot in my house that recites something every morning. I merely listen to its words. Perhaps it is from that virtue that you have been blessed." Vipra then turned to the parrot and asked, "What do you recite every morning?" The parrot replied, "In my previous life, I was the son of a Vipra. My guru used to teach me the first chapter of the Bhagavad Gita. One day, I asked him about its significance, and in response, he cursed me saying, 'You shall be reborn as a parrot.' Thus, I was reborn as a parrot. One day, a fowler captured me and sold me to a Vipra. That Vipra also taught the Bhagavad Gita to his son, and by listening, I too learned it. One day, thieves entered the Vipra's house. They found no money but took my cage instead. Later, they gifted me to their friend, this courtesan. Since then, every morning, I have been reciting the first chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, which the courtesan listens to, even though she does not understand its meaning. However, merely hearing it granted her virtue, which in turn led to your liberation. Hearing this, Vipra said, "O parrot, you are indeed a true Vipra. May Goddess Lakshmi bless you." As soon as these words were spoken, the parrot attained salvation. The courtesan, moved by this revelation, abandoned her immoral ways and embraced a life of virtue. She began reciting the first chapter of the Bhagavad Gita daily after bathing, and through this practice, she too attained liberation. Such is the power and significance of the first chapter of the Bhagavad Gita. In life, if one is successful, the world salutes them. If they fail, the same people ridicule them. To achieve success, one must first remove the fear of failure from their mind. Failure itself is not the end, but giving up after failing is the true defeat. Many obstacles will arise on the path to success, but one must keep moving forward. Instead of dwelling on past failures, one should begin anew. Regret is a waste of time. Do not be disheartened. Success is the sum of small efforts. True success is measured by how high you rise after being knocked down. What may seem harsh in the moment could be a blessing in disguise. Your attitude, not just your ability, determines your potential. Mental resilience is shown by perseverance despite repeated failures. Even though we come into this world alone, we leave behind our thoughts and wisdom for the world. To be successful, one must have the ability to listen to everyone, but act according to their own judgment. Some people only dream of success, while others work tirelessly for it. Every moment of success is built upon years of failure. One must pour their heart, mind, and soul into even the smallest tasks. Celebrating success is good, but learning from failure is crucial. Those who make learning a habit will never feel lonely. The more difficult the struggle, the greater and more glorious the success. If you can maintain courage even after failure, success is inevitable. Keep trying until victory is achieved. Perseverance is the key to success. The desire to succeed must be greater than the fear of failure. Success is the ultimate judge of right and wrong in the world. Patience is an essential element of success. Always be your true self, express yourself, and believe in yourself. Do not imitate others. Instead, carve your own path. Preparation is the foundation of success. Shri Krishna teaches that nothing is impossible for those who are determined. Despite being betrayed, people struggle to fully trust again. This is the reality of life. In the Srimad Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna tells Arjuna, "Man can live his life with ease, yet he remains entangled in complexities. He is constantly troubled by worries and fears death. As a result, he neither truly lives nor embraces the inevitable end. A wise person does not grieve for the living or the dead, for they understand that birth and death are part of the eternal cycle." The law of karma states that every action has a cause and effect. The same action can yield different results depending on circumstances. Just as fire reduces wood to ashes, enlightenment burns away internal conflicts and bestows inner peace.